That was your last involvement with AMW, correct?
Well, it wasn't a traditional match per se. My last involvement with AMW was Channel 8 in Rochester decided to come down because Mayhem, he was one of the heavyweights in NMW, was chosen to go on MTV's Tough Enough too, for tryouts, and they wanted someone to make him look good. So I endured 45 minutes of the stiffest blows, punches, and kicks I think I ever had. He ended up spearing me or goring me or whatever you want to call it 3 times in a row, and they never used the news footage of it. Yeah. He hit me with his finishing move 4 different ways. That way they could get different angles. All I remember distinctly about that was biting my tongue, and when you see the interview spot when they asked me, you know, what do I think of when I see Mayhem, you can't understand me hardly because my tongue is swollen. And if you look real hard at the last shot of him pinning me on the news footage, you'll see some of my blood on the canvas. It's very interesting. But yeah, this was my last involvement with NMW because there was one Spazman Simmons. I like to refer to him as the silver-tongued devil. He knows I call him that because he heard that I was interested in possibly going down to RCW, that's Rock City Wrestling, and training them, you know, and wrestling for them. And he didn't want any involvement. He didn't want me to have any involvement with them at all. So, you know, he said, hey, you do us this favor with Mayhem, we'll take care of you, we'll make you a trainer here in NMW, you know, we'll take care of you, everything will be great. Well, I did this little job for Mayhem, got my butt kicked on national, you know, on citywide TV. You know, everybody saw me getting my butt kicked. They called everybody up so they could watch me get killed on TV, and they said, why? It's funny, they all asked me, why did you have you watch the news if you were just getting beat up? But after the news telecast, Spazman seemed to drift into the background, and I never got to be trainer, and I decided to leave NMW. So, you know what I mean?
Titra reports Jeff here has his eyes on the ultimate prize.
He's one of the tough guys in Rochester's new Millennium Wrestling. And now one phone call could help Jeff Peer leap into the national spotlight.
She said, congratulations, you're a semi-finalist on WWF Tough Enough.
Peer is one of 200 wrestlers competing for a slot on Tough Enough, a hit reality show on MTV entering its 2nd season. Only a handful are picked. The top prize, a contract with the World Wrestling Federation.
I lie in bed, I walk, I talk. When I lift weights, I'm always talking what if to everything. It's always on my mind. It's always there. It's a dream.
Now the former Golden Gloves champ is off to Las Vegas to interview with the show's producers and show his stuff. In the ring, he's called Mayhem, a name he lives up to.
You don't like Mayhem when he's angry.
Aggressive, powerful, unforgiving.
He's an in-your-face, tough guy.
But outside the ring, he sheds the tough guy attitude.
The past 6 years, I've worked with all sorts of kids.
As a student counselor, not what you'd expect from a professional wrestler.
A lot of people say that.
But Jeff admits he's a lot like his character in the ring.
I am to a certain extent. He's a pumped-up version of who I really am.
And while Rochester wrestling circles have learned about Jeff, now he hopes to unleash mayhem on the rest of the country.
To make it through the show, you have to be tough. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I know I am tough enough.
In Rochester, I'm at Chitre, News 8 Now.